our first commentary together. Oh yeah.
I know, let's see how it goes. If not, you'll be relegated.
Wow.
Oh, good. I'm a bit more lively than some, so be prepared.
I know a few who aren't.
We won't name names now.
Yeah, won't name names now.
Maybe a bit like that. Ooh. 15 so far, not too bad.
Better than F3.
F4 had an initial good turnout, but the finish rate was, I think it was 7 people who finished.
Ah.
Yeah. Not the best, but it was very clean. I think it was more people just bottling out on track than actually taking others out. So. Oh, a lot of returning names and also a lot of fresh talent.
Yep, I can't find the stream. I've lost it.
On the PSGL channel?
Yeah, it's on there. I can't find it.
I'll have a look. F2, 23, F5, F1. It's on there. Yeah, it's definitely here. I've got it up. 4 people watching.
Ah, there we go.
You got it.
Yeah.
Good. Another sweaty English affair at 8 PM.
Brilliant.
I know. What do I do with my plan? Watch others.
That do better than us. There we go. Come on, get the stream going. Oh, the link. Hello everyone, welcome to F1 pre-season. It's myself and Lordy. Say hello, Lordy.
How you doing, everyone? Hope everyone's well.
Yeah, it is pre-season. There is a turnout of 15, so not bad, not bad. But let's aim for a full grid next week. There's a lot of new faces in F1 this season. The likes of Sparks, Gamer Paco, Poe, Rafa. That's about it. And Bugatti. And you've got a lot of returning faces. Is there anyone here, Lord, you think could do well?
Well, judging by obviously the evaluation races, it has to be said Louis is the dog's bollocks at the moment, and also Blizzard's up there. I'd probably say definitely finishing in the top 3 tonight if they get an initial getaway or a good qualifying. But no, I'd have to put my money on Louis for a race win tonight.
I do have to agree. I looked at a few screenshots. Wait, is Louis in here? Yes, he is. I looked at a few screenshots and he's rapid. So yeah, oh, my camera's not right. Oh well.
I'm on board with Ash Best in the McLaren, the glistening orange. What's it called? I don't know. What's the branding on it? What go around? Desktop or whatever it is. Dell. I don't know. Computer company, something like that.
Dell. Yeah, I think it's. Yeah, it's Dell.
Yeah, Dell. Let's not read the other word. That's a bit long for me. Not in my vocabulary. Anyway.
Yes. Do you want to do a lap on board with him?
Yeah. Take us through. Obviously, one of the youngest PSGL winners, has to be said, for Ash Best. He's a lovely guy. As he approaches turn 1, about 320 kilometers per hour, heavy braking zone, big traction zone. This could make or break your lap. Heading now onto the back straight, also DRS assisted. Going into, I believe, it's turn 4. Another heavy braking zone, another corner that can also make or break your qualifying lap. Heading now onto the back straight, also DRS assisted. Going into, I believe, it's turn 4. Another heavy braking zone, another corner that can also make or break your qualifying lap. Heading now onto the back straight, also DRS assisted. Going into, I believe, it's turn 4. Another heavy braking zone, another corner that can also make or break your qualifying lap. He's just about to start the second sector. A nice sweeping right-hander that goes sharply into a left. Just careful on the curb and on the exit. Could run wide and spin off. Another heavy braking zone and traction zone going into the dreaded, I think it's turn 9. Lock up central, as I call it, for ABS. People who don't use ABS, has to be said. Obviously onto the third DRS assistant straight as Ash Best looks to be a very tidy lap, maybe a bit hesitant from the young man so far. But no, it's looking clean and crisp as he's clipping every apex beautifully, like a swan gliding along the ocean. It's fantastic from Ash Best. He's also rocking the orange helmet with the orange livery of the McLaren. Running slightly wide in the penultimate corner, must be said. You know, Ash Best is an experienced veteran in this league. Had a bit of struggles, I do believe, at the start of this game. But he's picked up the pace and now he's in F1 and he's going to cross the line and set nothing. So that's always a good start.
Embarrassing.
Must be invalid because we've had 4 minutes of the session already and Louis is the only one who set a lap time and goes provisional pole with a 128.5.
Yeah, half the grid's on a set of hards if you're on the soft, and we've got Sparks on the mediums. For strategy-wise, Lordy, which one do you think's the best for tonight?
Well, personally, F4 never actually did Bahrain for pre-season. We did Hungary, but I was listening to some F2 guys. The soft tyre is, you know, like in most tracks, it's a very fragile tyre. Definitely the qualifying choice, it must be said, for pace and obviously traction. But in terms of longevity, it doesn't go very long around here. I'd probably say medium hard for a consistent strategy. But if you're obviously wanting to go a bit aggressive, I think the soft hard combination is always the best way to go.
Yeah, there's a problem with this circuit, and I'll tell you where I believe it's quite high, so trying the soft to hard is difficult, and I don't know why, but everyone on the hards are the only people setting lap times.
Yep, people opting for the hardest compounds. Some of these drivers love a good hard compound. You know, this man Cliffy, I don't think he's ever set a lap on the softest compound before in his career. He's always on the hards. In the Haas, looking very fabulous as he gets a massive tank slapper on in the first sector. Just coming out of there, he's definitely got to abandon that lap.
Yeah.
He was on one. Poor man in that slippery, not rich energy anymore, lightning energy Haas. Obviously the game hasn't updated yet, so it's still rich.
Yeah, lightning energy. Odems, the TikTok king, is currently in the middle sector. Coming up the hill, also on a set of hards. Don't know if he's up or down. It's his first lap coming through the penultimate corner. Takes it very nicely in the Rocket Williams. In real life, it's not really a rocket, but we'll forget about that. Through the final corner, what can he do? Can he get anywhere near Louis' time or even beat Sparks? Opens his DRS and it'll be a 28.1, quickest on the hards.
Yeah, quickest on the hards, only 0.2 off Spark, and Spark set the lap on the medium. So Spark had the privilege of commentating on another league, Hit the Apex, on Saturday evening, and he participated in that. Looked very rusty at Silverstone, it must be said. Didn't really score the best of points. I think he finished 6th overall. It wasn't a bad effort, but probably not one of his bests, not one to remember. But he is currently sitting P1. He is on the mediums, obviously, like I said before, but P1 is P1, and if he can stay there, he'll be a very happy man.
Yeah, he's starting a lap now. Rafa's starting a lap. He's looking fairly quick on this game, a newcomer to F1. I believe he was in F2 last season, I can't remember. So we'll see what he can do.
I'm not sure either. Paco is on a fast lap, coming into the final corner.
He's up by 3/10 on his lap time.
Yep, he's doing bits at the moment. So Paco, massive amounts of oversteering. He's gonna bail on it. Wise choice, I think. Paco lost all the time that he gained through the lap in that final corner. It's a weird track, Bahrain, isn't it, Leon? Very perfectionist with like this track, but if you can't get it right, you're not going to get the lap time.
Yeah, there's so many corners where you can just get a bit of understeer, oversteer, turn, well, double left-hander as an example. Well, pretty much every corner. It's like there's either an auto spin curb, you lock up, or it's easy to understeer or oversteer. It's quite a difficult circuit.
Yeah, like you say, Bahrain, probably one of the most technical circuits on the track, especially for the wheel users. It has been deemed as a pad-favoured track, regardless of people's opinion. I would have to agree as a pad user myself. I do find Bahrain one of the most comfortable tracks for myself. One of my only F1 race wins was round here, overtaking Remco on the last lap to tip him to the post for an F1 victory. One of my most memorable races. Just watching Big C going through that dreaded left-hander onto the third DRS straight. In the Mercedes, he's also on the hard compounds, maybe just getting a bit of a feel for the track.
Yeah, just a feel. Louis and Rafa both improved, gone second and third. Louis the only person into the 27s on a set of hards. And now we've got the 7-time champion, who I can tell from that lap time isn't going that quick, and I believe will be a little bit down the grid.
Yeah, Big C, he was practicing earlier, and from the frustration on the flappy paddle gearbox, I think it showed his frustration out on track. Really wasn't finding the pace around here. He has been struggling on this game thus far. I think he's glad that the patch came out for the understeer kind of buff, it has to be said. He was struggling profusely and immensely on this game until he's found a bit of pace, but I think he needs to get his head down and focus.
Yeah, especially just improved, maybe not. Yeah, he has. He's done a 28.2.
Yeah, Jacob takes about to cross the line. He's going to set a 128.2 and he goes P5 in the Alfa Romeo on the hards.
Yeah, quite a close grid. Lambo just went off at turn 10. One of the corners that we were talking about as the most difficult. He's probably backed off that lap. I don't think there's anyone else on a lap.
Lambo was on the lap, but has gone wide, so I think he's abandoned it. Just running through the field, I think Rafa is definitely on the lap so far. I think everybody else is just about to start one.
Oh, Chiff Chaff.
On the softs.
Yeah, he's on a lap in the first sector, so expect him to go quickest. He's up by half a second already. So yeah, probably expect him to go provisional pole, maybe even pole, because I don't think anyone else will touch the softs.
Yeah, well, it could be a bold strategy from Chiff Chaff, but it could also pay off. Track position does mean a lot in any league. You don't want to be stuck with the bunch of, blockages, as I like to call it, further down the grid. So Chiff Chaff might have actually done a master stroke. Like you said, he's 5/10 up on his lap currently. I think he needs a bit more time to actually set a representative soft lap time, but let's see what he can do. He rounds off the final corner, and DRS straight is coming right up now. Activates DRS, and it's actually his out lap, so completely ignore me, because he's got a full bar of DRS.
You're about the wrong person, I think.
Yeah, I know, because I'm looking at Decky.
And Chiff Chaff has backed off.
Chiff Chaff's in the other ass. Oh, silly man.
Oh well.
Getting the asses confused.
Chiff Chaff has started again.
I'm pretty sure I called him Cliffy earlier as well. What is wrong with me?
Yeah, you did call someone Cliffy earlier, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm having visions of old F1 seasons. Well, flashbacks are getting to me. The old age of 19. People think I'm 30 for whatever reason. But I'm only 19, still a young boy. Seeing Francis. Is Francis coming to complete a lap? No, very slow. Because he's been out on them hards for decades, so I presume he's coming back into the pit lane.
Game has been on them hards also for a decade. Sparks is back out on track on a set of hards, so slightly interesting.
Decky's off. Sorry to interrupt. Oh, Decky's off again. Whoa, keep out the wall, my friend. Don't know why you're weaving. You've got no grip anyway. Just locked up into the penultimate corner, went a bit wide and tried to carry the speed and just completely lost the rear end. Yeah, abandon that lap, mate. I don't think that'll be representative.
Yeah, so a few people now make errors on that second to last corner, so perhaps it's catching people out.
Yeah, yellow flags in sector 3, just checking who that is. I'm not really sure.
I think it was Chiff Chaff again.
Yep, Chiff Chaff. Nobody out. Come on, F1. Get some drivers out.
Louis on a lap. Louis on a lap, but I doubt he'll finish it because he's on a set of softs.
Yeah, the man to watch, actually not at the top of the timing screens. Obviously, Sparks still P1 on the mediums, and Louis matched it by 3,000ths of a second that separates them two, and obviously a compound difference, so Spark I don't think would be very pleased with the outcome he's had with that. Interesting strategy to go on the softs from Louis though. Obviously in the brightly coloured Renault, see what he can do. But he is a master of this game, and hopefully he can give us something to smile about.
Yeah, he was up by 3.5 tenths in the first sector, so if he does set the lap, he'll smash it, but I don't think he will.
It'll be a very bold choice from Louis. He must have a really good tyre wear if he wants to gamble with these soft compounds. Obviously, he is going for it. I don't think I've seen him put a foot wrong. The way he gear changes, he's so aggressive, but it's just perfectly timed. Like I can't really fault him.
Yeah, I know if I tried that, I'll end up in the wall, but fair play to him.
Yeah, octopus fingers, as we call them. I don't know how he gets them around with the pad. But anyway, here he comes to the line. No.
He left that late. Jeez.
I know. I thought he was just going to show everybody up, but no. Bides his time. Comes back in the pit lane.
The only person out on track is Chiff Chaff.
Oh, I can't get enough of Chiff Chaff. I want more of Chiff Chaff. Oh God. At least it's not Cliff.
Put up views here.
Oh God.
And the other Haas is out of Decky. Make sure we don't get them mixed up.
Yeah, hold on, I'll be back in 1 second.
That's fine. I don't think I'll get the Hasses mixed up. We'll go ball with Chiff Chaff. Also got J Shitex out on track, as everyone else is starting to. Let's see if Chiff Chaff can improve on his set of mediums. Literally everyone is going on a set of mediums. I don't know what's happened with Sparks. Sparks already started on a set of mediums, so I don't know. But Chiff Chaff starting his last lap of the session, most likely, and everyone else will be. So if anyone in the chat wants to say out whilst qualifying is coming to an end, feel free. This comes up the hill, passing Gamer Paco on the way, coming up into what is turn 4. Takes that very nicely. Bit oversteery on exit. Only 28.1 on the first set. That's 4 tenths down what Louis could do earlier. Coming through turns 5, 6, and 7. And has backed off, so only one more lap. Thanks, Foggy. If you're on about us. But yeah, Chiff Chaff backed off.
Yep, I've come back and we're still talking about good old Chiff Chaff. That man doesn't know how to stay out of the spotlight. He's just running through the grid now. A lot of people going out on mediums. You said
Decky's the next one.
Going out on mediums.
Except for Sparks, who hasn't even come out.
Yeah, Sparks already set his lap earlier in the session on the medium, so... Well, he's got his banker lap in, so... Let's see where the field obviously puts itself. But they're all leaving it very, very late. I don't think some of these drivers are going to make it.
I think everyone will. There's only a few on the out lap. Decky is on an actual lap in the middle sector, so he's got traffic to deal with as he comes up the hill. With the other half.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that curb on the inside. You don't want to do that. It has definitely compromised his penultimate corner. Obviously locking up that front right on the commentary stream. He's running out of fuel, he's running out of ERS, but he's not running out of determination. He's kept it in 7th gear. He's an idiot. Hit 13,000 revs. That engine's going to be screaming. But as he comes to the line, good old Decky's P14 without a valid lap time, but he's going to set a 1:28.1 and put himself P3 for the moment.
Not a bad lap. I don't know who is next. Louis just started one. Rafa's in the first sector. So is Odems. Jay's bottled it.
I think Big C's the next one.
Yeah, only up by 3 tenths though.
I know, Big C, like I said, has been struggling as Francis puts it pole with a 1:27.7, just tipping Sparks by 2 tenths. But here he comes, the 7-time champion. We don't know how many titles he's got. We never ever reference his titles. But regardless, he's been struggling this season. He's rocking the original orange helmet, as he always does for most seasons. And he's about to cross the line. Big C sets a 1:27.6 and goes P2, with Gamer taking P1 with a 27.4.
Yeah, Poe with a 27.9, so it's a Merc 1-2 at the moment. Louis one to look out for. He's only up by 2 tenths, which is quite a surprise. Decky just bottled it. Oh. Rafa to the line, goes provisional pole, 27.1.
Yeah, Ash Best is 7 tenths up through the middle sector as well in the McLaren. I don't know if he's next across the line, but one of the youngest ever race winners is Ash Best, title contender for multiple seasons. Here he comes through the final corner. He's going to open the DRS flap now, and he's going to head to the line. It's going to be a 1:27.5. Ash Best, P4.
Splits the Mercs. Louis to the line. He's going to be a 27.1. Oh, and just beats Rafa by 100th. So it's a Renault 1-2 unless Jay can do something about it. He's up by 4 tenths and he's peeing.
Yeah, I think Francis is the only one, but I think he's actually finished as well, hasn't he?
Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Wow. Closer than I thought, must be said. I think a lot of drivers will be disappointed with their medium laps.
Yeah, quite a few drivers, I'll have to say. I think Chiff Chaff is especially one of them.
Down there, lingering in P14.
Do you want to go through the grid quickly?
Yep, we've got Louis on pole by 10 hundredths of a second from Rafa in P2. P3 is Marquez. Then 4th is F1 Gamer. Ash Best 5th. Big C 6th. Francis in 7th. 8th is it Poe? It is Poe, isn't it?
Yeah.
Poe. 9th is Sparks. 10th is Decky. Jacotex, Lambo, Blizzard, Chiff Chap, and Paco round up the rest of the grid. And I believe Bugatti will be starting P16 because he did join just after the bell.
Yes, so you'll have default setup as well, just for good luck.
I think they turned pot for me off for Bugatti. So obviously it's only pre-season. I did see it was off earlier in the lobby. I don't know if it was changed, but I did think they accommodated him. Fresh from the what's it called? Project Cars 2 event he does. So yeah, definitely not going to be in the mood. I certainly wouldn't be. But
no.
Some drivers are well-oiled machines. They are.
I'm not one of them. I can't do a race back to back. That's just not me.
No, back to back, just not crack to crack. Some drivers like to push it. Some people take in an immense amount of time to load their setups on the grid. It's a Renault 1-2.
Yeah, as we get underway. Let's have a look at tyres, and everyone except for Jay, Blizzard and Chiff Chaff, he's appearing everywhere. Everyone else is on mediums, and then 3 are on the hards.
Yeah, I'll be sure, obviously I'm not streaming. I'll be sure to keep an eye on good old Chiff Chaff and P14 on them hards. Obviously did use them in qualifying, as Rafa nearly spinned it,
yeah.
On the formation lap. The drivers trying a bit too hard in the pre-season to get these tyres warmed up.
Yeah, what I found, especially, not really did it much with mediums when I did my pre-season race, but I'd say hards are god-awful at the start of the stint, but as they die in, that's when they're at best, so yeah, that's when you see them 3 probably at the best will be right at the end of their stints.
Yeah, I've just been reminiscing on some old rivalries, especially around this track. You know, era and F1's definitely up there for some of the greatest little rivalries or battles that ever took place. Big C Remco, the Silver Arrows duel in the desert in 2015 also is also one of the recurring memories that I come across. Also, that was the race I won, so a very interesting race as Tuzmuz, myself and Big C collided at turn 1. And it was a very action-packed race, to say the least. I'm trying to think of all the classic battles that have happened around here. Obviously, a few stick in the brain, but that has to be the main one for myself. But no, it's
What's happened?
Marquez nearly binned it at the last corner. Nearly lost his front wing.
Oh, you can tell this is going to go.
Yep. The Renault boys already inside each other. We're going to see that reoccurring throughout this race. Conjoined at the hip, these boys are. There was 10 hundredths of a second to separate them. 100th of a second, I should say, separating them. 10 thousandths of a second through qualifying. But it's not qualifying anymore, Leon. It's the race. And take us through it.
It is, and as the lights are getting ready, I've got the worst camera in the world. Hopefully it fixes itself. We've got 2, 3, 4, and 5 lights. And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix, and it looks like Louis got off to a fairly good start. Rafa in the background is going to try and get Louis into turn 1. We'll have to try and go around the outside. Coming into turn 1, Louis does lead, followed by Rafa, and that is Gamer and Odems going side by side. And Odems keeps the position.
Yeah.
Francis and Ash Best, how's the back midfield going?
Yeah, it's absolute carnage further down the grid. Decky's been absolutely swallowed up by the pack. Blizzard making up a few places, going down the inside of Poe. We're getting absolutely mugged by Bugatti around the outside in the Ferrari as well. It's 3 abreast nearly coming into the second sector. Oh, Bugatti around the outside of Blizzard, but he's going to run it out wide. He has kept it over the track, but neck and neck with Decky and Bugatti's round.
He's off and around.
Disaster,
he's up the hill.
Disaster.
Argy-bargy a bit too much and has paid the price for it. Oh, Big C's been hit by Lambo. And Lambo's got a cheap position there. He rammed Big C through turn 10 and has somehow got the position, I think. But Big C's going to keep trying it around the outside. More contact. Big C, excellent move around the outside. Keeps the position.
Yeah, it was a bit scrappy. Contact with both Force Indias going into turn 1 as well. Poe hit the side of the spot.
Oh, Jay! He's off and in the wall! Oh, he went down the inside of Lambo and he has spun round and hit the wall. So that is the first person in the wall this race, and I expect to see more.
Yeah, too many collisions, it has to be said, for the top lead going into turn 1. It was all clean relatively, but obviously a few stragglers getting caught up with silly moves and opportunistic attempts.
Anyone else think that's Gamer? No, my timing screens are a little bit glitched, I think. The battle to look out for at the moment would be the battle for 7th. Ooh, Francis and Gamer, I think, is the closest, maybe.
Yeah, Francis looking the quicker of the two drivers at the moment. Big C keeping 7th, 6th in the grid, I think he started, but currently 7th, so he's not had the best of starts. Francis gaining 2 positions. Lambo, the biggest winner, gaining 4, with Blizzard also gaining 3 on the hard compound tyres. Obviously, we've got incidents with Bugatti and Jager Tech, which has promoted a few drivers up the field.
I think Blizzard's just passed Poe at some point. I didn't see it, but there's been an overtake.
Yep, scrolling through the grid, it's actually quite separated, and it's only lap 2, so people clearly not finding the grip levels out there that suits their particular needs. Maybe you've got cold tyres from the Ford Nation lap. There were a few drivers that were sat on the grid as, oh, one of the Ford Indians is off, it's Poe! Poe coming back dangerously, and Chiff Chaff nearly gets an absolute pounding from that racing point. Oh, Poe's going to try and hang it around the inside of Bugatti, but I think you need to concede it, mate. You have been off the track, so you're not going to have the grip as Ash Best leads the session.
He's lagged out, I believe that's unfortunate. But over from Francis. Francis thinks he's going to go for it. I think he's going to be eyeing up a move. Oh, where have you gone? Oh no. Are you still in the lobby?
Yes, I am still in the lobby. Oh no, disconnected.
Oh, brilliant, I've been disconnected. Get in! F1 2019 for you.
You have been disconnected from the session during host migration. So Ash was the host.
Let me check the Twitter
Yeah,
chat.
restart. I think.
Has everyone gone? I don't know.
I'm not too sure if we will do a restart either because it's 20 to 9.
Has he just kicked us? Oh, never mind. No, people in the chat. Oh, well. F1 2019 for you, everyone.
Yeah, cut the stream very, very short. Obviously, PSGL saying, here we go, lights out for the F1 grid. But the lights are going to have to turn back on. Because I think we're going to have a restart, unfortunately.
Oh, well, at least Jay can benefit.
entertaining.
Yeah, not entertaining for you lot, or us too.
Yeah, just a bit stale Dale, has to be said, through the stream. A bit stale Dale F1, but no, a few collisions, a bit spread out, a bit of lag, a bit of disconnecting, a bit of frame rate. I don't know from your side of things if it was alright, but especially for me, I had a bit of frame rate issues. Obviously spectating, but now we'll see what Big C has to say if we will go ahead with the restart.
Yeah, nothing's been said in the chat, so anyone in the chat, in the F1 chat, sorry, if anyone in the stream chat wants to say anything, ask questions, you may as well, because we're going to be here for a little while. Oh, Jay, you knew about the restart and deliberately spun. Oh, okay. Oh.
Yep, some drivers have been saved, the likes of Bugatti with the earlier spin, outbreaking himself in the middle sector with the sharp right-left chicane, and obviously JGTEX making a silly move and a mistake going into the penultimate corner. Have got a get out of jail free card, must be said. And obviously I think people will restart from their qualifying positions. So
I think there's a restart. The lobby collapsed, is what is being said, and there's apparently going to be a restart. So, yeah.
yep, the chat is blowing up on Twitter, as you can see. Mong this, Mong that, restart there, restart that. You know, already words being exchanged throughout the entire race. It's a bit of an absolute horror show, unfortunately, so far. But at the end of the day,
It happens.
yeah.
Now we're going to have to wait a couple of minutes. We've got a new host as well. I don't know who the host was originally. I think it was Ash.
I think it was us. Yeah, I think it was Ash. It all collapsed as soon as he left. So, I don't know what to say really.
Just check my mail. Alright then, I'll check my mail. We'll check mail on screen. Oh, I would have to see my rating of C. Get rid of that. Oh, I might as well delete it.
Yeah, probably just talk about quickly. I know it seems like a long time ago, some of these races, but probably what's your best race, Leon? Probably at Bahrain that you've ever had in PSGL, if you've had any good ones.
I've not had many. I'd probably have to say last season looked awful pace-wise, and then just suddenly found some. I was gonna get, I think it was P6, and then Odem's TikTok King binned it in a wall, so P5. That's probably the best I've had, because the rest I don't really want to talk about.
Yeah, like I say, Bahrain for some people is an absolute heavenly tranquility, but for other people it's like the depths of hell. And I think for JP Tech it's definitely the depths of hell from what I've seen during that race. In the Alfa Romeo, you know, the big bright white shining beacon that it is going through. Obviously not guiding the way for others, it must be said.
Yeah, what's your greatest memory from... Oh, never mind, you've already gone on about it.
Yeah, banged on about it too much. Had many good Bahrain victories.
Is there any invites out yet? Sorry for the blue screen. There is. Oh.
Yeah, I think I've had more notifications in the past 10 minutes than I have ever or when I first got Tinder, that was a festive notification, please.
Oh, I was about to select a car there.
Look at all these bachelors on in the admin and the Twitter chats.
Yeah, it's
raring for more.
The F1 chat's really. I think that's Poe. He's calling everyone in the chat a dick. Apparently, he got hit.
No, I don't know if Poe got hit. I know Poe hit Spark going into turn 1, so I think Poe needs to choose his words very carefully. Can't be accusing people of things when the commentator has seen other. But anyway, some drivers, you know, it does get very heated. We are all friends at the end of the day, or most of us. But, you know, it can get a bit heated in these circumstances. You know, words can be exchanged. Even actions on track can reflect the driver's frustration or emotional instabilities.
Yeah, I think I can name a few drivers on this grid that have emotional instabilities. But I'm not going to name any names.
Care to share?
I'm not going to name any names. Nah, I just don't want to stir it.
One driver I do that I would love to talk about is Chip Chat.
Oh yes, it's the name alone that just appears out.
Chip Chat takes no fifth faff or whatever. I don't know.
What was that?
I don't know. Sack me already. All the season's even started. But good old Chiff Chaff in that hat. On the hards, actually made quite a decent start up to P12, I believe, but whether he can stay with some of the drivers as the grid just separates, parting like the Red Sea, just separates out, and people just get put in their little pockets of categories within the tier, because obviously they're not all as quick as one another. Yeah, let's be honest.
True. I think we all know who's pretty much won this championship already from what it looks like.
Yep, Rafa has put up a close fight so far. Like I said, 100th of a second away in qualifying, but in the race I think it was already a second gap before the DRS had even activated. So Lewis clearly putting down a scary marker for the rest of the field.
Yeah, I've just been informed by an unknown source that it wasn't Icebest who was the host, it was actually Big C.
Wow.
So, and the host has been changed. I think it's Gamer now, not Big C.
Big C needs to stop downloading his Nelly Furtado deluxe albums, I think. Really hogging up the internet as he's trying to host the lobby.
Who are we missing? We're missing someone. No, he's in. Who are we missing?
Ashbest?
No.
Oh,
it's Odems. It's Odems. Oh, apparently he can't join.
Wow. Well, issues on individuals' behalf, I don't think they will wait for him, because obviously we've already had one restart and there's only so much time people can offer to the PSGL League, and we're approaching 9:15 and we're not even on lap 1 yet.
Oh, he's here.
Who's a good boy? Give him a bone.
Oh, he's left.
Sort him out.
Take his bone away.
No pedigree chums for you, mate. Silly dog.
He's just said it's Gamer that's the problem.
Oh, Gamer's the problem, but all of the 16 or 15 drivers can join, but you can't. But it's Gamer's fault. Interesting logic from that man.
I think we should just leave him. It's only a pre-season race.
Yeah, I have to agree. Obviously, they had connection issues when I was hosting, I thought. And let's just say he joined the session, then left the session, and was 5 minutes late to the restart. So, you know, I think people get enough time to join. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It's only pre-season. It's not a full-time league race. Get it started.
Yeah, wait to see what happens in the chat, but nothing's been said. So, no, I don't know why I'm apologising. You can blame Big C.
Yeah, any issues regarding the stream or any issues regarding the F1 league, direct them all towards Big C.
Leon, you're banned from hosting. What do you mean I'm banned from hosting? What about Louis? Be quiet and get your octopus fingers out on track.
That's Squelchy Welchy.
Yes, it is.
Squelchy Welchy piping up in the chat. Tell him he's going to bin it. In the pre-season.
Oh, he's in. I think he's in. Oh, he's back in.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh, no, he's not. Oh, he's left again.
Yeah, sacked.
Just leave him.
I don't understand because he's trying to be fair to every driver. It's clearly a technical issue. But I think everybody in the chat has had enough.
So have I.
It's going to be 9 o'clock and we're going to be sat here. And the race isn't inside.
Yeah. Are we going to a formation lap? I don't know.
I hope not. I don't want to see Rafa lose it again on the back straight.
Oh, I didn't see. Let me check this stream very quickly. Formation lap, formation lap, formation lap, formation lap. Oh, it doesn't even say it on the stream, never mind. Actually useless. Oh, Odems is now leaving the F1 chat. So, obviously something's happened.
Well, I think if drivers are crying over pre-season, I think their life needs to be evaluated.
We're aiming at that Odems.
It may not just be Odems, other drivers as well, compromising others' evenings to, you know, sort themselves out.
True. We just ask the chat, see if they've having another formation lap. Won't mind seeing Rafa bin it in a wall, or almost.
I was going to say, wouldn't mind seeing Odem's bin it in a wall, but he's not here.
A lot better. Oh, what?
Cough, cough, cough.
Nothing's been said. I don't know why people are taking so long with their setups.
Do you know what was better? When I had my Monday night to myself. And there is a formation lap. Hooray!
Yes! Even longer time wasted.
Well,
oh no.
Actually, everybody gets promoted, I believe, because Odem's P3.
Oh, Big C, what has he done? Oh,
What has he done?
He's starting on softs, the plonk.
Well, so Big C causing issues.
Left, right, and centre.
To be honest, it's more of a, I think, hindrance to himself than actually a benefit. So, let's just see how it goes, I guess.
So he'll be the quickest off the line, and everyone now outside the top 10. It's pretty much on the heart, except for Paco.
Have people changed their strategy then?
Outside the top 10, yeah.
Jacob Sex obviously was net P11, so he gets to start on the hard tyres. Obviously, you know, Odems has been, you know, left behind, as he said. So, yeah, everybody has been promoted up one position, including Bugatti, in a healthy and thankless 15th.
To be fair, Bugatti had a really good start last race, so he'll be hating the restart.
Until he spun.
Oh yeah, true. I completely forgot about his spin. Oh well.
Do you know who else spun? Jake Attacks. Put it in a wall, was out for the count, and as Lambo gets a love tap from Blizzard, Yep, disqualified
Cold
from the
tires.
formation lap. Oh yeah, probably going to promote Chiff Chaff up 2 more places.
Oh, who doesn't love a bit of Chiff Chaff?
Everyone.
Look at that speed he's got.
They're all making love to each other on the grid.
Alright, let's get ready again at 9 to 9.
Oh yeah.
Here we go. We've got
more.
When the lights ever want to come on. 2, 3, 4, and fire lights. And away we go for the Bahrain Grand Prix again. It looks like a very similar start to last race. Louis covering off Rafa into turn 1. There's a break now into turn 1. Looks like Louis is going to keep the lead. Rafa though around the outside. Loses out. Looks like Game has kept P3 quite nicely. Ice Best into P4. Big C keeps P5. And what's the rest of the grid looking like, Lordy?
Yeah, Bugatti up to P10 in 2 corners. Absolutely fantastic. Dot went around the outside of everybody and obviously had the inside line for turn 2. Chiff Chaff obviously making a few places. Lambo did go wide at turn 1 and has compromised. Yeah, battling the game and now P14.
Yeah, he's going side by side with Gamer Paco, and Gamer Paco's got the move. Oh, there's a few dive bombs going on. Chiff Chaff being one of them, down the inside of Blizzard. Oh,
yep,
the wheel banging.
Dive bombs going on, like you said. Hopefully no dive bombs into this corner, but Bugatti's going for it. Of course he is. Why not? Let's make more places up. Can't seem to get past Jacotex on this occasion, but Bugatti is obviously a panther, and Jacotex is the deer in distress.
Oh, Chiff Chaff down the inside of Blizzard. Oh, and Blizzard still keeps their position. Chiff Chaff dive bombs left, right, and centre.
Yeah, I know he's going for it through every single corner. As we watch Decky as well, just been overtaken by Poe on the outside, just coming into the final sector. Just going through the field as well. It's the 2 Renaults. It's the Renault show at the moment, and I don't think Rafa's even able to keep with his teammate.
I am back. Sorry about that. Got Bugatti again. I see a dive bomb coming. Never mind. I see it. Oh, Decky gets the move for now, and Jay's going to try and force him off at turn 2. When he does, Decky clips the gravel. Oh, Bugatti's at the back of him. Did he get wing damage? I don't think so. Coming into turn 4, Bugatti's now launched it down the inside. He's launched that.
He certainly has launched that, but Decky's not going to give it up though, is he? Is he going to hold it around the outside? He is on the preferred compound, but that was close. Oh, Bugatti timed it perfectly, nearly sliced off his front wing, but obviously sliding around the hard braking zone, turn 7, I believe.
Blizzard and Chiff Chaff.
Is this turn 9 or 10?
Oh, Blizzard and Chiff Chaff. That's turn 10, 9 and 10, nearly double left.
9 and 10. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, Blizzard and Chiff Chaff. Chiff Chaff's off and come back on the track, and Lambo's really taking him out. Chiff Chaff all over the shop.
I think he's got wing damage. I'm not 100% sure, but I think he's got wing damage.
Woohoo, Decky.
No, Chiff Chaff.
Well, I think Decky has as well. His front left end plate. Oh, Bugatti's off in the wall! Oh! No way, from P10. He must have damage. It was a hefty impact. Bugatti clearly struggling on these hard tyres early on in the race. I don't know if Decky's got wing damage as well, but it doesn't look healthy from these guys struggling or lingering at the back of the grid.
Yeah, here comes Decky again. Bugatti defends the inside. Decky's going to pull to the outside. Who's later on the brakes? It's Decky. Decky with a fairly good run. Oh, slight contact with Bugatti, keeps the position. Now Blizzard's on the attack. There's more yellow flags in sector 1. Lambo spun. Who cares? Blizzard around the outside of Decky, and Decky keeps the position for now.
Yeah, tremendous defender from Bugatti. I don't know if he has got wing damage. He is looking a bit slow, but not too slow to warrant any damage thus far. Just scrolling up the grid a bit further. Big C obviously struggling to keep with these front runners, even though he is on the soft compound. He's still prime territory for him. Can we just appreciate the pace of the front two? Rafa's quick, but Louis is just on a different level. At the moment, he's in his zone, and only unless he makes a mistake, Rafa's not even going to have DRS. So, goodbye to Louis, I think, for the rest of this race.
Yeah, Bugatti, meanwhile down the grid, Bugatti still struggling. Blizzard's trying to get past Decky and Bugatti. Losing to come out on top here. You've also got Paco and Chiff Chaff battling into the final corner.
Yeah,
Blizzard learnt the brakes. Oh.
Fox, Ashbest and Francis as well. I think Ashbest may have a run on Francis into turn one. I think he's going to go for it. Francis has just left the inside wide open. Ash not too good on the brakes normally. He's quite conservative on the brakes. But no, gives plenty of room for Francis, and the same the other way around. But Ashbest is going to get the move done with a helping hand from DRS. But a bit of a love tap from Toro Rosso with the front right on the side pod of the McLaren. But no, Ashbest gets the job done.
Very nice move there. Nothing's happened lower down the grid. Big C just within DRS of his teammate. Oh, Poe, good save. He lost it on that outside curb of turn 6, I believe. Good save.
Oh God. Going into 9 and 10. Francis has got a fantastic run out of there. He's obviously got DRS assistance, but Ashbest has full ERS. I repeat, full ERS, and he's deployed a bit of it down that straight just to keep Francis at bay. But a bit of a predicament for Ashbest because he's not close enough to Big C to warrant the DRS. He's a bit far behind, and he's got a trail of cars of the likes of the Racing Points, I should say, and Jay Chitex in the Alpha.
Yeah, I think Jay Chitex will probably come out on top. Bugatti pulling away from Decky. Blizzard, I think, might get Decky at some point, but other than these little battles, that's about it.
Yeah, spread out across the grid. A lot of battles ensuing, their own little communities across the grid as Spark broke very, very late. I had a heart in mouth moment for myself, just watching it. But no, keeping within the battle of these two. Obviously, it is a bit difficult for him to overtake because he just get basically double dirty for every corner. But he does also get double slipstream as well. So Spark hanging in there. I don't think he has the pace to overtake these guys, but you never know around here. There's DRS straights everywhere.
Yeah, Paco and Chiff Chaff just exchanged positions. I don't know who came out on. Well, Chiff Chaff came out on top, but I don't know what it was like before. But Chiff Chaff seems to be struggling.
Yeah, some of these drivers obviously F1 pedigree, and some drivers obviously moving up from lower leagues or brand new to the PSGL scene. So it's nice to see a nice variety as we watch the battle between Francis Ashbest and Spark ensue. And to be honest with you, I think Francis is the quickest out of the trio of cars.
Yeah, I think what's saving Ash, I think Ash has got a lot of ERS. Actually, no, they're quite easy. I've got a feeling Ash is running a lower downforce setup, which is going to help him a little bit. We've got Big C, who's actually closing on his teammate on quite one soft, so that's someone else to look out for.
Yeah, Big C knows what he's got to do. Obviously made a mistake, obviously, by putting on the set of softs. Like I said, probably hindered himself more than he actually helped himself. But they are fresh, and I don't think they will be too worn at this stage. So if you can just maybe get a bit closer to Gamer, if possible, he'd be very good as we watch Decky and Blizzard fight out in P11 and P12.
And well, with Francis, he tries it around the outside of Ashbest. Wow, what a move around the outside of turn 4, and Ashbest just didn't even know what hit him. Very good move there. As yet, Decky and Blizzard.
And Decky still going on as well. These two fighting hammer and tongs with each other going into sector 2, and all around the outside goes Decky. He's going to have the inside for the next corner, but Blizzard's going to have the outside. He's left in plenty of room, but it's neck and neck at the moment. They're touching tips, they're touching wheels, they're rubbing every part of the bodywork. As we go into turn 9 and turn 10 respectively. Decky, he's sniffing it, but I don't think he's that stupid, but he's not going to get it stopped. The Haas, and oh no, he does make contact with the rear end on the DRS straight.
Yeah, don't think he got damage from it, but a little bit of a push for Blizzard. Will he go down the side of Blizzard here? No, he won't, so he'll have to hang fire for a little bit. Got to watch out for Paco as well.
Yeah, like I said, this battle is going to get juicy. We've got the likes of Poe, Jay, Shitex, Spark, Ashbest, and Francis all clustered together. And Ashbest made a mistake in the final corner. Oh, he's kept it, but now he's taken out Poe. Oh, it's shocking driving from Ash Best, it must be said, and Poe, the unfortunate victim in all of that, in the net P7 and Ash Best. A very silly incident, rubbing tips with Jay Shitex going into turn 1, and oh, Ash Best, that's not what you like to see, is it, Leon?
No, rejoined, even though technically it wasn't off the track, just came back on the racing line, and yeah, completely 100% Ash's fault. Feel sorry for Poe. And Jay got 2 positions in that.
Yeah, good old Jay in the right place at the right time, even when he's not necessarily the quickest. On the hard compounds though, and is the highest runner of the hard compounds. We see yellow flags in sector 1. Who has binned it? Anybody?
No one? No. Random yellows?
No one, just random yellow flags for no reason whatsoever. But you know what it has done? It has allowed Bugatti to obviously catch the back of some of these drivers and reduce the 4-second gap he had to P8. And it's also allowed him to slip away from Blizzard and Decky. So Bugatti, but I don't know if he has got wing damage. Maybe, maybe not. He's actually kept it together and made up quite a few positions and is now on the charge.
Yeah, he is. Decky still wants to look out for the battle with Blizzard, Chiff Chaff as well. Ash Best as well also.
Yeah, Big C is in the pit lane. Them soft tyres are finished. He's had enough. I don't know whether he'll go for the 1 or the 2 stop, but in the pit lane, here we go.
It's a 2 stop.
Yeah, he's got them mediums on. He's not confident for the 1 stop with the hards around here, so 2 stop for Big C.
Oh, Decky!
Decky.
Oh, Chiff Chaff's at him.
Oh my God, he outbraked himself anyway, Decky, but then Chiff Chaff thought, you know what, mate, you want a bit more stopping power? Give him a nice big shunt up the rear end, and Chiff Chaff, you know, basically telling his teammate to get a hurry on.
Yeah, these 2 are going to, or these 3 are going to keep following each other. Sparks is now on the back of Francis. This will be one to look out for, I think, for now. Sparks has got DRS.
I'm going to keep him board with Decky and Blizzard because Decky seems to have found pace from somewhere, but his braking points are absolutely horrendous. You know, it's normally slow in, fast out. Yeah, fast in, slow out for Decky at the moment. But he is gaining ground to Blizzard. Blizzard obviously on them hard compounds, so still on the worst tyre at this current stage. I don't think the mediums will be worn enough to warrant any grip loss really. But no, he's within DRS range, and this is all the while helping Bugatti just escape.
Yeah, Bugatti's losing time to the front, but he's getting further away from Blizzard and Decky, as Decky doesn't know how to brake at all. And now with DRS, wow, that's an early pit stop, lap 9.
Yeah, very early for Decky. It might even be a 2 stop. Or is it the hards? It is the hards, so it is a 1 stop for Decky very, very early here in Bahrain. He's going to suffer, and he's being held.
Oh no, is he still
on my screen he's being held. Oh no.
Oh, he's been held by nothing. Well, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, either held by nothing, or I remember once I actually did this in the pit lane. He's not released the clutch at the right time, maybe too eager on the clutch, and it stalled the car, and it keeps you in the pit lane for an absolute age. So I think Decky may be too eager to release the clutch, and he's obviously stalled the car in the pit lane, and it's obviously compromised. Obviously his pit lap time, and he's in no man's land now. He's bottled it.
Yeah, and I got a good battle for P4. Oh, Bugatti's lagged out. No, such a good race as well.
Poor Bugatti.
Now I've got a 4-way battle for P4, and I think Sparks will get Francis quite comfortably, and he is within 2 tenths before the DRS. In the slipstream, has got DRS, pulls to the inside, and easy as he likes, he's got the move done.
I'd watch Chase your text as well, just in case he might give it a bit of a lunge, maybe a bit too far back. But biding this time on his hard tyres, it has to be said, Jakey Tex maybe, you know, not doing the optimal strategy, but he is on these hard tyres. And he is staying with these guys through thick and thin as Francis makes 2 moves down the straight. Very late from Francis. I think he obviously lets Jay pass. He must be suffering badly with tyre wear, but yeah, 2 moves from Jay there. Very on the limit of racing conduct, must be said.
Yeah, but Jay still gets the move, and I think Francis has got something wrong with his tyres, so I think Ash Best will get him fairly soon as Blizzard passes the AI car of Bugatti.
Yeah, a bit of a shame for Bugatti. I have to say I'm one of his fans when it comes to F1 racing this season. He has deserved his spot. His pace, his evaluation race was immaculate, and his pace was actually quite astounding at Belgium. It's just a shame that his internet hasn't held up on this occasion.
I don't know what has happened to Francis. Has he got a slow puncture or what? He's just lost seconds in 1 lap.
Yeah, I'm not too sure myself. I don't know whether it's a hydraulics or turbo issue in that Toro Rosso, but you don't just suddenly lose performance like this, only unless he's just absolutely lit the rears of them, melted them tyres. But we'll see at the end of this lap. He's got a pit, surely. No. So Francis, issues ensuing as we watch Jay get past a lot of spark on the straight.
Yeah, fairly comfortable move there for Jay. Sparks on his debut doing quite nicely. So's Rafa, to be honest. He's keeping a relative close distance to Louis.
Yeah, Paco and Chifchaf having an absolute ding-dong battle with Blizzard for PA currently. Both of them obviously got the DRS. Chifchaf seems all over the place on them hards, and Paco just seems to have more pace in the tank at this current stage. But no, keeping it on the track, and he's keeping it clean for the most part. So Chifchaf up into P9 on the hards.
Yeah, the hards will start coming into play now that they will be the quickest tyre. So I expect the likes of Blizzard, Jay and Chifchaf to be the quickest on track. There's no one else to really go on board with except for the battle with Chifchaf.
Yeah, just going, giving a quick mention to the front runners, because obviously we don't really want to spectate them because they're not doing anything. But if Rafa wants to win this race, he has to think about the undercut. The undercut is the only option in my mind that's going to get Rafa this race. It might have to be a 2-lap undercut because that gap just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Rafa has thought about it and he's going for it. Yep, it's definitely the only option if he wants to win this race against his teammate Louis. It is going to release Gamer. But at the end of the day, the undercut round here is normally the better strategy to get track position. So let's hope Rafa comes out in a decent position. It is going to be a one-stop, as I presume. And let's hope we can get a decent position, a bit of clean air, maybe a bit of DRS slipstream, and hopefully catch Paco Louis.
Yeah, especially also pitting. That's Paco. Oh my! Slammed on the brakes, almost hit Blizzard on the way past, and there's lots of position to Chifchaf again. That was very dangerous.
Yeah, Paco maybe getting a bit frustrated behind this Haas. It has to be said his tyres are probably wearing now and he knows that. And he's probably got the pace to actually get past these two, but he's just been kept here because obviously Chifchaf's got DRS from Blizzard, so he's probably not had the straight line speed available to him to actually get past as he wiggles his way through the start of the second sector. Then mediums, he's just burnt going into turn 1, so he will have to comprehend pitting at the end of this lap.
Oh, he's sliding all over the place. Chifchaf seems to be getting everything under control once again. This is the only battle for the moment. Sparks is keeping a nice little distance to Jay, but we'll probably be hitting very soon. Oh, no, that's big.
Just keeping an eye on Louis, see if he pits. Obviously, this is 25.5 second gap back to Rafa, so I think he will have it done, and it's a perfect pit entry for Louis as well. So hopefully he gets no glitches and he gets no. He doesn't have a clutch problem, but it's going to be a one-stop like his teammate. Yep, straight in, straight out. Perfect for Louis. He should come out in net lead.
Oh, game has been held massively. He got held by 2 cars there in the pit lane.
Oh, the Force India. Force India coming out basically on top of Gamer, and look where Spark is compared to Gamer.
Yeah, Sparks is right on top. Rafa's come out. Louis actually got further ahead.
Yeah, I don't know what Rafa's been playing at on that outlap. I don't know, twiddling his thumbs a bit, to be honest. He's actually lost half a second to Louis and P, obviously net P1 for the moment, but P4 currently. And Louis is also going to have DRS from these two jokers of Chiff Chaff and Blizzard ahead. So he can dispatch these two pretty quickly. Louis on the road to victory.
Yeah, I think it's going to be difficult though, especially getting Chiff Chaff. You know, you've got Blizzard who's just giving him a nice little toe down the straight. We've got all the grid now separated all around. We'll go on board with Louis though, because he's not had much stream time, so we'll give him some.
A bit of stream time, good old Louis hasn't put wrong so far in this race. Quick mention obviously to Big C, the only driver to do a 2-stop, unfortunately mandatory for him because he couldn't take them softs long enough to do a 1-stop, but he currently is P6. Someone's out, Gamer's out! He's binned it!
Up the hill.
Cold hards. Oh.
It's unfortunate. VSC. Oh, and Chiff Chaff's pitting. Opportunistic. What's he pitting onto though?
He's got to go mediums and softs. He might have to do a 2-stop, but it might actually work for him.
Big C's pitting as well. He got a 5-second penalty for speeding.
Oh, he's going to be annoyed with that, Big C, but he is taking his time and opportunities when it comes. Obviously, as one Mercedes fall, the other rises, and Big C is actually probably going to come out ahead of Gamer at this rate. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know. It's a bit close.
No, he's not.
Alright. Yeah, a bit behind, but he had a pit stop gap, and let's just say, with the virtual safety car, he's got an extra pit stop and pressure tyres and less worn tyres and probably not overheated tyres. So Big C raced, and Chiff Chaff's going for the 2-stop, by the way.
Perhaps, unless he can last them mediums a very, very, very long time. Packer and Big C going side by side. Oh, and Packer almost lost it, Clyde, into Big C, but Big C I think has got the move done on Packer.
Yeah, Paco is on a fresh set of hards, so Paco's not going to just shrug him off. Big C's not just going to shrug Paco off, he's actually going to be challenging back if Paco has got the pace, because Big C, he's not been very tuned to this track, it must be said. But he is normally a clean driver and can take the tyres a fair distance. But obviously DRS assisted, Paco's going to be all over the back of Big C.
Sparks and Francis on the back of Asbest. Asbest has somehow got them both at some point. So Sparks going for the final corner, should easily get the move done on Ash. I don't know about Francis. Francis seems a little bit too far behind to get the move done. Oh, Sparks a little bit of oversteer. That will help Ash a tad. But now coming down the main straight.
Just to mention as well, sorry to interrupt Jacotex, if he pits in the next couple of laps, if he maintains his pace, he'll come up P5, sorry. Ash Best is not putting in them times on the hards, and if he pits for mediums, he will come out currently in P5.
Yeah, the gap is 23. I think a pit stop around here is around about 22. So yeah, it will be close. Louis. Oh, Louis just give Blizzard a nice little tap. Don't think he got damage for it, but Blizzard certainly holding up Louis.
Yeah, just a bit. 0.5 of a second Blizzard has just taken out of Rafa and Louis' gap. So Louis needs to get rid of this guy. I know the DRS straight is coming up, but every second he spends behind, Rafa is just gaining and gaining. Another 0.2 of a second through 2 corners. Rafa is getting an absolute treat at the moment. He's seeing his opportunity. He's got to push it now, but look at the ERS difference.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. It looks like Louis is going to easily get this move done, but he's lost about a second behind Blizzard, which is a lot of time. Will Blizzard try and fight it? If he does, then it's going to help Rafa. And he's going to try it around the outside. But no, he can't get the move done, and Louis has got the move. Can Blizzard fight back? Up the hill, he'll have DRS.
Blizzard wants to.
No, Louis. Oh, that was very close. Blizzard outbroke himself. Just narrowly misses Louis and keeps P3.
Oh, heart in mouth moment, as you heard from my absolute yelp out of nowhere. Blizzard getting sucked in, it has to be said, there is kind of a mechanic that I've found where you kind of do get glued to the back of some cars in the braking zone when you've taken a bit too much speed. So, yeah, Blizzard falling victim to that, and luckily ABS off and locks up and narrowly avoids the back of that run-up.
You know, the battle at the moment now is probably between Big C and Paco and the Ashbest Sparks and Francis battle, and I'll keep on with the Ashbest battle for now.
Yeah, I'll stay on board with Big C and Paco. Paco clearly not finding the pace to get back at Big C, even though Big C has no ERS available and Paco has 75%. So whether Paco's just biding his time to get the move done so he can pull away, whether he's just toying with Big C, we'll never know. But Louis responds to Rapper's quick pace and says, you know what, have that, mate. It's about 2.8 seconds the gap, but Rapper's just not on par with Louis, unfortunately, around here.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, but Louis, he's just too quick, I think. That's just it, basically.
Yeah. So, like you say, just too quick on this game. Some drivers just have the knack. They just feel the flow. And Louis, after hours and hours and hours and hours, I think he's had about 100 hours in this game already, sweating his absolute tits off. But it's paid dividends. He's in the best league on PSGL, on the PSGL side, and he's in multiple racing leagues as well. So he is definitely marking his territory and scent around the paddocks. A wanted man.
Paco, meanwhile, has overtaken Bugatti and Big C. I don't know when Big C lost the position, but he's lost it this lap.
Yeah, must have just lost down the straight. Good old Big C's clearly struggling in these traction zones. Big C's just not finding the optimal pace and optimal grip that he has found on so many other previous games with Blizzard.
Legs out. And J Pits.
Yep, legs out. Okay.
So that's like, a lot of people seem to be leaving / lagging out, so I don't know if that's F1 related or just the internet.
Yeah, not too sure myself. Obviously, it's going to be a good battle for 5th, 6th and 7th, I do believe, is where we want to be watching. Obviously, let's see where Jay feeds out. It's going to be behind Ash Best. Is it going to be behind the other guys? As Francis goes down the inside into turn 1. Oh, he's out, brakes, he's used the racing point as a brake marker board. Has to be said, but he's got better traction going into the second DRS straight, and he's going to be all over the gearbox of Spark. Spark's got nothing left, he's got no ERS to defend with. Places his car perfectly, and but that's a bit of an oversteering moment going into the final parts of the first sector, but no, maintains the position.
Yeah, good battling there. Good defending from Sparks, bit of a launch from Francis, but no harm in the end was done, and the position is retained. We've got Jay and Ashbest now battling for P3. Jay on fresh mediums, Ash on 6-lap-old hards. So I think we know who's going to win this battle. I think on the straight coming up, I think Jay's going to get that podium spot.
Yeah, nothing really to see at the moment. Big C's still on the back of Paco, but Paco looks to have done the move and is kind of trying to wriggling away from Big C really if it weren't for DRS. Blizzard is back all the way down in P11 though.
Yeah, he's lost out. Who from today's race has stood out for you? Lordy.
Well, just going through, if I can actually get the right setting, just going through the position changes. Obviously Chiff Chap is P7, so Chiff Chap not too far off Francis and Spark, and he's got a good fair bit of gap to Gamer as well, so Chiff Chap can take these mediums to the end. I'd say Chiff Chap has been one of the standout performance. Also, I'd say Jay and Louis dominant performance so far. Had no contenders really ever since lap 1, and Jake attacks how to do the alternate strategy, must be said. His pace probably hasn't been on par with the guys further up the field, but he's got the job done, and that's going to be a net P3 for the moment, as he obviously has just dispensed Ash Best.
Yes, he has. Francis has also dispatched Sparks. I think that's going to be it for battles for now. The other one that's going to keep happening is probably Paco and Big C. Paco's going off the track, and Big C's going to make the most of it, and Big C gets to move up into P9.
Yeah, probably not where Big C likes to be. You know, he is a man that wants to win races, and he is a man that has a very big reputation weighing on his shoulders. Obviously, it's been a long time since that man has seen the bright light of a world championship, even though he has been one of the most decorated F1 drivers in all of PSGL history. But no, lingering down in P9 is probably not where he wanted to be. He was probably doomed from the start with the soft tyres, which is unfortunate for himself. But maybe not had the pace today as well, must be said.
Yeah, to be fair, if we were to take the extra pit stop he's had to do out, he would be third. So, got to think about it. It's not too bad. His pace.
Yeah, not too bad. You can sit there and say take the extra pit stop out, but obviously he was on the soft compound, and you know he would have had to do twice as many laps on the mediums, and the mediums are obviously slower, and he would have been battling more, because he probably would have fallen back. So. You know, there's a lot of factors to take into account. I think Big C won't be too upset, but probably won't be too pleased either, coming home in obviously a net P9. Not beating Gamer, I don't think he will be anyway, even though Gamer has spun. So, yeah, Mercedes, a lot to think about. A long summer to think about.
Yeah, I got Sparks, who is still on the back of Francis, so Francis seems to be struggling to get away. Ashbest has got a comfortable P4, and Jay, I don't think we'll get Rafa. He's closing in on Rafa, but I just don't think we'll get him.
Yeah, a bit dead, has to be said, in the desert. A bit lifeless, a bit dead at the moment. Everything's petered out. People have slotted into their natural positions after all promotion. And just like the desert wildlife, it's all dead. And Bahrain.
Sparks, is he a bit too far away? Yes, he is. Oh, Francis though, with a back end snap on exit. I think Sparks may go for it here up the hill. Coming into turn 4. As Poe is now left. Right, no, doesn't go for it.
The limelight is yours. Take it while you have it, because nobody else is offering the action that these two are at the moment. These two have been at it all race long. I did critique Sparks on the Silverstone pace that he showed in Hit the Apex Racing League on a Saturday night at 8 PM. If you want to tune into that, I'll be commentating that as well. But you know, he's actually put in a very good performance. He just lock up going into turn number 10, but he has gained on the back of Francis and got a very clean exit coming out, going onto the back straight, another DRS zone, but he just doesn't have the front end.
Yeah, he still seems to be struggling. He could be running a low downforce setup. I know there's quite a wacky one of 2-3 wings. There's another one of 3-7. Oh, he's lost it up the hill. He's got a 3-second time penalty for it, but that could have ended in a lot worse, so he can take some positives from that.
Yeah, fantastic piece of creative interpretation. And I have to save a racing point from ending up in the wall from good old Spark there. He's going to have DRS, probably still challenge Francis, but it's that dodgy curve coming into the last sector. It's just not healthy for these cars.
No, it's Big C and Paco go at it. Sparks meanwhile down the inside of Francis into turn 1. Francis does break a little bit later. Sparks just seems to be struggling on the front end. It's got no traction out the corner. Francis will probably keep the position again, and Ashbest is actually being caught at a rapid rate by these two. So we could be seeing a 3-way battle as Big C and Paco go at it. Oh, hello, and Blizzard. And Blizzard's got the move done on Paco. Will he get one done on Big C as well at the same time? He'll have DRS, he'll pull to the inside. No, he doesn't, and he only gets one position out of that.
Yeah, just obviously, just go back to the battle with Spark. He did have a moment coming into the middle sector, and he did light the rears up, so he has spun a tiny bit, which has cost him not DRS, but if he was any further behind, it would have cost him DRS, because it was quite a hefty spin. He was right on the back of Francis. But Francis just turned the wick up in that Toro Rosso, Annie, and Ashbest is suddenly fending for his life.
Yeah, I don't know what has happened there. Ashbest will probably get caught this, no, not this lap, next lap. Meanwhile, Blizzard is all over the back of Big C on these fresh set of mediums. Will easily get the move done down the straight, and I think Big C will probably just concede the position.
Yeah, interesting to see Paco obviously on the back of this battle. Didn't use DRS in the third DRS straight, so maybe he's got a DRS issue, or maybe he's just trying to harvest a bit more energy. Why not using the DRS as he locks up going into the final corner, and then he clouts the back of that Rocket Williams. But no, he's got his DRS is functioning, so maybe it was a tactical DRS sort of save tactic from Paco to watch Blizzard go down the inside into turn one.
Big C.
Tries to, but Blizzard kind of shuts the door and says, "You know what, mate? There's no room for you."
Yeah, it's definitely what happened to Big C. Hasn't actually given it up, to my surprise. Oh, down the inside? Maybe not. That was a bit ambitious, but yeah, that was inevitable. And Blizzard's up into P9 as yellow flag is set to 2. Is it Jay? Oh, he's off. Jay's off. He's down to P6.
Wow.
I don't know what's happened. He's spun, I think, on the exit of turn 10.
Yeah, as I've been alluding to, Jay Shitex. He's actually not been doing a shit job. He's actually been doing a fantastic job up in P3, but sometimes the cork has to be popped, and the cork in this ball has been popped, and Jay Shitex has dropped all the way down to P6, lost absolutely bags of time. And unfortunately for him, he probably will have the better tyres on these mediums, but he's blown a very good podium opportunity, hasn't he?
Yeah, he could probably still get it back. Ash isn't that far away, but it also depends on penalties now. Yeah, quite a comfortable gap. He was actually catching the leaders as well. Will he go down the inside of Sparks or the outside? Doesn't do any of that. So yeah, he's cost his own race.
Yeah, obviously very detrimental. You've got to use your resources wisely, and when you're sitting there on an unhealthy 8% of ERS and you've just done a massive spin and probably burnt your rear tyres out, it's not really the best position you want to be in. As we see Blizzard and Big C back at it again, and Big C says, "Give me room, Blizzard." There's no room there, sir, says the Mr. Williams as we go into turn number 4. Blizzard has DRS for some reason. Big C trying to scare Blizzard up the inside, but he's not giving this up, is he, Leon?
No, to my surprise. Blizzard on obviously fresher mediums seems to be struggling. Big C fighting as hard as he possibly can, breaking later than these two. So yeah, I think Big C will give Blizzard a run for his money.
Yeah, just going back to the battle with Francis, Spark and Jay. Obviously Spark and Jay will be battling, especially into the next few corners. But just word on Francis, it's make or break time for me, I think, in that Toro Rosso. He really needs to start putting his foot down and catching Ash. He has been chipping away lap by lap, and he is. I don't know if he's within 1 second, it's just on the cusp, so Ash might get away with it this lap, which will obviously help his chances. But Francis really does need to put the foot down now, because he needs to get that DRS, especially off Ash Best, because if he gets tangled with the guys behind as Jay goes up the inside of Spark and absolutely demolishes him down the straight. For P number 5, if Francis can't seem to turn the wick up, he's actually made a mistake.
Yeah, he's made a mistake, big mistake. So that's ruined his chances of the podium, and I think if he keeps Jay behind, I think Ash may get the podium here. Yeah,
Jay, like I said, is the cork in the bottle. He's ruined his own champagne bottle, but it might be champagne time for Ash Best if he can challenge Francis enough to pull a gap. But does Francis play this tactically? He knows if he loses any more time, he's got no chance of that third place. So does he let Jay pass and let Jay fight with Ash? Because Ash will fight Jay for third place. But Francis, obviously, I don't know if he wants to cling to that fourth, maybe not thinking that far ahead. Obviously, if it was me in this situation, it's hard to let go of a position, but it may be for the best.
It's Big C and Blizzard still go at it. Quite a tasty battle here.
Yeah, if you want to stay on board with that, I'll keep you updated with Jay and Francis.
Yeah, Blizzard down the inside, easily, Big C. As they go up the hill, Big C's going to try and go for the cutback as they go up the hill. Will any of them touch that curb? Blizzard's on the inside, doesn't want to touch that curb. Gets a move, oh, he does touch the curb, runs a little bit wide. And Big C thought about it, sort of penultimate corner, doesn't get it done. Now Paco's on the back of Big C.
Yeah, here we go. For P number 4, Jay's up the inside. Francis is going to fight it. Not too hard, it must be said, going to turn 1 as he... Oh, brakes perfectly, actually, has to be said for Francis. But here's the make or break moment. He's got DRS. He hasn't got a lot of DRS, but neither does Spark. I don't think Spark is quick enough to challenge these guys at the front if they're not battling. So Francis needs to just manage his tyres, manage his DRS, and stay behind Jay. Jay will reel in Ash, and hopefully he will have a chance for P number 3.
Yeah, nothing's happened really up top here. Big C got a terrible exit out the last corner. So Blizzard's been able to keep ahead for now.
Yeah, big C clinging on to lost straws, it must be said, as he runs over every curve imaginable on them tyres. Obviously Paco, I don't know whether he's just observing this battle to make a pounce on Big C for the final point, but he's not really been too involved. He's just been an observer from the distance that he's been sitting at. I'd actually kind of get involved, mate. And there's not a lot of laps remaining, but he has built up the ERS, it must be said, and I think he is going to start challenging Big C now.
Yeah, I think he will. But anyway, we'll go on board with the battle for P3. As Francis picks up a 5-second penalty. Don't know where he's pulled that from, but it's quite a hefty penalty. Now Jay with DRS, will he be close enough as he sets the fastest lap of the race? Will he go to the inside or the outside, or will he stick? He will go to the outside and look for a little bit of a switch back into turn 2. He's got a very good run on Ash as he comes up the hill. Ash will force him to go around the outside, coming up into turn 4. Who will brake later? It is Jay, and Jay's got the move done on Ash, and Ash has been done twice in a row now around the outside of turn 4.
Yeah, Ash actually positioned his car perfectly. He made Jay go around the outside of every single corner imaginable. If he was a bit braver on the brakes, Ash, I think he actually could have challenged that even harder for P3. I don't know, if I was in that situation, I'd definitely give him a bit of a squeeze on the outside. But, you know, he did make him go around the outside, but Jay on the medium just has so much more grip, and whether he gets the place at the end of the race, we'll never know, because I imagine Jay does have penalties. Ash doesn't really pick up a lot. But as I said before, it's allowed Francis to cling on to this battle. If Ash is close enough, he can challenge Jay into the long straight. I don't know if he will be, obviously his tyres must be absolutely butchered at this point, but if he can stay within DRS range and if he can stay close enough, Ash could challenge Jay because he's got no ERS and Francis is closing, and also Spark is. So it's going to be a last lap clash, I think, for these guys.
Yeah, Spark's just hanging in there, hoping something will happen. He'll probably know about Francis's penalty by now. Ash is probably too far away from Jay unless he literally launches it. And no, nothing just happened from that. Quickly we'll cut on board with Gamer, who is closing in on Big C. Yeah, nothing's happening here between the front lot, so we'll go on board with Gamer Paco as he makes a move done on Big C. Will Big C go for it? I think he's a bit too far back for anything. It's turn 1, Paco's got the move, but now, all importantly, through turns 2 and 3, who will get the better exit? It is Big C. Not by much, and I think Big C is a little bit too far away, and Paco keeps the position.
Yeah, just going back to Big C, I've been noticing with a few of his lines, they're not very optimal for some of the corners. He's taken the corners quite tight. Instead of kind of flowing the car naturally through the corner and carrying the speed, he's kind of a bit jagged and ragged going through a lot, especially this corner down here. If you see what I mean, he's got a lot of lock on the steering wheel, and he's finding the rear end a bit loose on exit, so Big C probably not at one with the car around here, it must be said. But let's go back to Francis, because as I said, he's allowed Jay to battle with Ash, and it's put Ash in his clutches. It may only be for P4 where he was before, but he's timed the strategy to perfection. There's one more lap remaining of this race, and 0.3 of a second separate these drivers at this current stage. Ash has a bit of a tank slapper coming out of the last corner. This is definitely going to allow Francis. They've both got equal ERS, but Francis is going to stick it in overtake. So is Ash. This is it, the final opportunity probably for the entire race. Ash is, he switched back to the inside. Brilliant from Francis. He's going to lunge it down the inside, and Ash Best cannot hold it because of the lack of grip, and Francis has just absolutely mugged Ash Best off. And now Sparks going to have a go, Leon.
Yeah, Sparks is now going to have a go around the outside of turn 4. Ash's weakness around this track. Sparks is going to try and keep it in there, but Ash keeps the position for P5. But a lovely switchback on the straight from Francis to get P4, and Ash Best has just been mugged 3 times this race, and it's just not gone well for the Lithuanian.
Yeah, of course. Obviously, I think that's where the battle will peter out. I don't think Ashbest has anything left. I think Spark has something left down this straight, though, if he can get a good exit out of turn 10. I don't know if he'll get one better than Ash. It's a bit hit and miss, and he has got DRS from Francis, so it is going to be close. But as we return to the front, it's going to be ILRT_Louis, also known as Louis Squelchy Welchy. He's had an absolute blinder of a race so far in this pre-season, and he's going to take the lights as P1 here in Bahrain. And fastest lap.
Yeah, well, look at Sparks.
His teammate P2.
Right on the back of Ashbest. Will he launch it? I don't think so. Coming to the final corner, who will get the better exit? Ash gets a fairly good exit, so I think that will be staying as it is. To cross the line, who will take it on penalties? It is Ash. Jay gets third, Ash fourth, Sparks fifth, and Francis sixth. Shift Chaff will get seventh, Gamer eighth. Blizzard will probably get ninth. Sorry. Big C may get the final points position. No, he doesn't. Paco gets ninth, Blizzard gets 10th, and Decky finishes in 12th.
Well, definitely picked up at the end of the race, must be said, Leon. It was getting a bit stale Dale through the midway part of that race, but what performance from this man.
Yeah, he dominated the race, as I think predicted, and I've got a feeling this could be a common occurrence throughout the season.
Yeah, get used to it, folks, because this man's unstoppable at this rate. Whether they bring out a patch to personally nerf this man, I don't think there will be. But can't be snuffed out as well. Rafa, it may be track specific, so Rafa may be better at some tracks that Louis isn't. Them two definitely 100% for constructors this season must be the favourites in the bookies.
Yeah, their odds probably going to be like 2-1. Probably better than that, but if you want to go through the final results, and then we'll end today's stream off.
Yep, it's been a long one, but ILRT Louis takes P1 with Rafa a deserved P2. Jacob Tex recovering from a late spin to take P3. Fantastic performance for him. Ashbest mugged too many times to count, but retained to P4 in spectacular fashion. LR Spark bided his time for P5. Francis with penalties didn't initially get P4, but P6. P7 is Chip Chap. 8th is Gamer. Paco 9th, and Decky takes P10.
Oh, we did?
Blizzard and Big C. Yeah, Decky took P10. So Decky, I know it's only pre-season, but poor showing from Blizzard and Big C, must be said.
Yeah, none of them in the points. Well, that has been it, I think. Well, yeah, it has been it for Bahrain pre-season. Fairly fun race, a few stupid decisions here and there. But yeah, quite a poor turnout as well, considering there are 20 drivers. But hopefully for next week, for round 1, there will be 20 drivers. So that's been it from me and Lordy. FP, the first race of F1 2019 PSGL, the official, will be tomorrow, commentated by myself. So that's been it from myself and Lordy, and for F1.
Driver of the day? Do you want to just say sorry before you end?
Probably either Louis, Chiff Chaff, or Jay. I think I'm going to give it to Louis. What else?
I'll go with Chiff Chaff then. If you're going with Louis, shout out to Rafa as well. Perfect race he ran. Obviously, he probably had needed a few more turns to catch up to Louis, but he didn't put a foot wrong. I wouldn't include Jay. He did have good pace and was fantastic battling, but the spin cost him for me, I think.
Fair dues. But yeah, that has been it from myself and Lordy. And for F1, we will see you for round 1 next week.
Yeah, take care.